We can also add and subtract fractions. And when we do so, the first thing we want to look at is its denominator. So let's imagine that I have some candy bar that's broken up and kind of already divided into chunks of sevens. I'm going to give my friend three of those 7 pieces, and I'm going to take 2 of those 7 pieces. How many total pieces have I given away? Or how many pieces do I have left? So when we're adding fractions, it's important to look at what their denominator is doing. This tells me I have 3 parts of 7, and I want to maybe add, in this case, I'm going to add 2 more parts of 7. So how many parts are total? 3 sevenths plus 2 sevenths. In this case, I have 5 parts of the 7 left over. So I hope you can see that when you're adding also or subtracting fractions, if they have like denominators, you just simply add the numerators. So 3 parts of 7 plus 2 parts of 7 equals 5 parts of 7. A little bit different than when we were multiplying. So you need to kind of keep that in mind. So let's look at another example. That was how we can add. Let's look at how we can subtract. Let's say we have 11 twelfths minus 5 twelfths. So 11 parts of 12, take away 5 parts of 12. That becomes 11 minus the 5 all over the total parts, which is 12. My result then would be 11 minus 5 equals, what is that, 6? Yep, equals 6 twelfths. And we recognize, or we're starting to recognize, that 12/6 or 6 twelfths is not in simplified form, so I can find an equivalent expression in simplified form. 6 twelfths is equal to 6 times a 1 over 6 times a 2. I see have factors of 6. I'm left with 1/2. Another example, let's look at 5 and 1/4. Subtract from that 2 and 3/4. It's a mixed number. Let's convert them. So I would have a 21/4 take away 8 11/4, and that looks like that equals 10/4. I could reduce that down. That equals a 2 times a 5 all over a 2 times a 2. 2's factor out. 5/2 is what's left. 5/2 is a great solution, but our problem started in mixed numbers, so let's convert that back over, and that converts to 2 and 1/2. So there you have the process where we can add and subtract. And we're adding and subtracting, we're adding like amounts to other like amounts. And what I mean by like amounts, 3 parts of 7s. The 7 is the same, plus 2 parts of 7. 11 parts of 12. Take away 5 parts of 12. How many parts of 12 do I have left?